I just wanted to start by saying thank you for interviewing with me. Forever Kayla, I don't know if you've seen anything that I've done or anything that I currently do, but I am a producer and a host in the industry. And I want to talk to you because, we're living in an almost post-COVID era. And a lot of us have been working hard, like myself. I got my coffee and whatnot, and I am burnt and I want to go on vacation.
I
And
feel
so
you.
I'm like, I don't think it's just me, but I want to know, what do we need to know? And I know you started the Black Travel Club. So I guess first question is, why did you start the Black Travel Club? Where did that come from?
I started the Black Travel Club. I worked in the travel industry for about 4 years for a big company called Vacations to Go.
Hmm.
And, I sold millions of dollars worth of trips for them.
Hmm.
And I realized as I was an employee there that no one was marketing to the Black community. I was selling escorted tours, which I was completely unfamiliar with until I was employed at this company.
Hmm.
And 90% of my clients were white. Um, there was no marketing going out to the Black community at all. But these were such innovative trips where people were getting to, fly all over the world, between the North Pole and the South Pole,
Hmm.
and be escorted by professionals, have amazing accommodations, see things off the beaten path.
Hmm.
And I said, this is a tremendous opportunity for people who look like me, to have these experiences. And so that's where the idea of the Black Travel Club was conceived.
That's awesome. So I guess my next question for you is, what are some of these trips and how do you choose these locations? Because they do change, it seems like intermittently. I've been on your website. I've looked at the trip that's happening this year for Turkey.
Right.
Definitely interested in that one. You have one for Jamaica. How do you choose these trips? What is the research that goes behind them and why you choose them?
Well, there's a few different factors
Mhm.
that go into it. We actually do a lot of polling of our clientele and ask them where would they like to go. And so, the most popular destinations that come up,
Mhm.
we try to make sure we accommodate people. But in addition, we're in the COVID era now. And so obviously we have to make sure we can travel to places that will actually allow people to travel.
Mhm.
That's been, guiding for the past year, the destinations that we actually are offering. It has a lot to do with COVID restrictions and where it's safe to travel, who will actually allow us to enter without,
Mhm.
having to stay in a hotel for 10 days before the trip begins.
Mhm.
So that's had a lot to do with our recent destinations.
Nice. So tell me a little bit more about that because, living in this COVID era, and hearing this pandemic, is it safe to travel? Is now a good time to travel? Is it better to travel domestically, internationally? And is it safe to travel?
It can be done safely, yes. Obviously, we stress that people know what their COVID status is before
Mhm.
they travel, and before returning to the United States. And most of the destinations that we travel to, that's already mandated by the government, and so you don't really have an option in saying, I'm just going to hop on a flight and go somewhere and come back and not know whether or not you are indeed COVID positive. So that's already being mandated by the federal government. And then the other thing on top of it is being safe and using common sense everywhere you go. Obviously, wearing your mask, protecting yourself and others from spreading the virus. The good thing is, based on the data that we have now,
Mhm.
significantly shows that the cases of COVID here in the United States are dropping dramatically. It's down 66% in the last 6 weeks. And so, based on what we're seeing from the Wall Street Journal, JP Morgan, scientists at Johns Hopkins,
Mhm.
we're showing that we're approaching herd immunity based on the rate of vaccinations, the rate of natural occurrence of COVID, and people having natural immunity and antibodies to it at this point.
Mhm.
So we're starting to finally see, the light at the end of the tunnel with this whole situation, which is amazing. It's been a journey for us all.
So I have a question again, of course.
Mhm.
So if you are a solo traveler, you don't have a significant other, or you like to travel by yourself, is Black Travel Club something that you can definitely do as a solo traveler, or do you always recommend traveling with a buddy? What are some of the things that you implement for those people looking to travel and see the world?
Yeah, solo travelers, we welcome people who are don't necessarily have a travel partner. We would love for you to join us on one of our trips because you will find a community of like-minded people who many do travel solo, but want to have a safe space where they can connect with other people, with similar interests. And so, we would love to have anybody who does not have a travel partner or friends to come join us on one of our signature trips. We do provide information, obviously, for people who don't necessarily travel with us, who want to travel the world solo and do it safely. We do
Mhm.
provide information for those individuals as well. And coming up towards the end of this year, we're actually going to be offering, um, well, I can't reveal too much, but we're adding some elements to the website that will make it much easier for people who just want to get up and go. You find a cheap flight, you want to go somewhere, we'll have resources on the ground and opportunities for you to connect with tour operators and hotels and resorts on the ground for those people who just refuse to meet up with a group and don't wish to. We obviously want to make sure we're taking care of those people as well.
Nice, nice. I like all of that. I like all of that. So, what are some destinations that you recommend this year personally? Being an expert in traveling, what are some of the key locations you think people should definitely try out? Knowing that we're coming out of this, what are some, I guess, a few places in the United States we can check out and a few places abroad just to get started? If you're not a frequent traveler, where do we
Yeah.
start?
If you're not a frequent traveler, in the United States, I say one of my favorite places is Colorado. It's beautiful, very scenic, mountains. So there's a lot to do. It depends on how attuned you are to cold weather. In many instances, I typically travel to Denver and other places in Colorado during the summertime when it's a little bit warmer, and go whitewater rafting. I love
Okay, yeah.
California.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I go whitewater rafting. Yeah, I've done it a few times. Probably about 10 times at this point. So I'm not an expert or anything. The first couple times I did it, I got launched out of my raft and
Ugh.
had to. Yeah, yeah, it was a little scary, but I'm a strong swimmer, so it
Mhm,
was exciting.
mhm.
But yeah, I definitely recommend Colorado if anyone hasn't been. I've been trying to get out to Utah. Actually, I've seen Utah really offer some very scenic landscapes that I can't wait to get to.
Mm,
I think it's becoming more and more of a tourist destination recently, and so I'm excited about going out there to visit.
yes.
Um, I love Southern California. I love Northern California, and we've offered domestic trips for our Canna Wine signature tour, where we've toured the cannabis fields and Black-owned cannabis businesses, as well as Black-owned wineries and wine companies out in California, both Northern and Southern. So those
Yes.
are great domestic opportunities if anyone is looking to go somewhere here in the United States.
Yes, I
Um,
personally recommend that one. That one is a lot of fun. Napa wine tours, haven't been.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we have some Black-owned businesses doing great things out there in Napa.
Mhm.
Brown Estate for one. J Moss is another, and we have great relationships with those companies, and we'll definitely be setting up some more tours to go out there fairly soon.
Mhm.
As you know, right now California is still trying to mitigate the COVID crisis, and so right
I've
now
been
we
here, so I understand.
right. So being a little patient on that, but we'll be back out there soon.
Mhm.
And you asked about.
International.
I'm sorry, what was that?
What about internationally? Where can we travel?
Internationally, so the best place that I've been so far is Tanzania. Um, and I have to do a lot more exploring in Africa, but Tanzania is gorgeous. I mean, just in one country, you have the most beautiful beaches in the world. You have Mount Kilimanjaro.
Mhm.
You have the Serengeti, and so it's just so much to see in one country. It's gorgeous. You feel like you're in the Garden of Eden. Um,
I
and,
have to write
and
that down. Tanzania.
Tanzania, put it on your list.
Gotta
Also
keep
home to Yeah, also home to the rarest gem on earth, which is tanzanite, more rare than diamonds. So it's also known as possibly
Tanzanite.
the birthplace of
I'm learning
civilization.
today.
Yeah, yeah. Some of the first hominid fossils from the human race are found in that region. So and you understand why. You understand why humans would have emerged from that area. So I heavily recommend Tanzania. Obviously, Jamaica. I've been to Jamaica 6 times, and every time I go, I love it. Beautiful island.
I got to get there
Very
this year. That's my goal.
yeah. Jamaica is gorgeous, gorgeous through and through. I love pretty much all of the Caribbean. You know, uh, Everywhere in the Caribbean is amazing. Colombia, one of my favorite countries. If I decided to, leave the United States, which is very likely, I would probably move to Colombia.
Nice.
Um, yeah, gorgeous country as well, and huge African presence
Mhm,
in Colombia. So, very comfortable place to live as long as you speak a little bit of Spanish.
mhm. Demetrius, so tell me, as a woman who hasn't really traveled abroad that much, and even if I was a man, I'm Black, people of color, we don't typically travel as much. What would you say to us to get us traveling? Like, what is the thing that you would say to us? What would you
Just
say?
do it. You have to go beyond your comfort zone, and you have to do it in a safe way. Now, the good thing is there are other women who have done this and continue to do it and teach courses on it. I know for one, the Passport Abuser is her Instagram handle. Someone who I've become acquainted with in the past couple years, and she teaches a master class on solo women traveling. And she provides you with all the details you need, making sure you register with the Department of State, when you go out the country, so that the United States Embassy is aware that you have a presence in another country. And so, if anything were to happen, as far as an emergency, the U.S. Embassy, would be alerted and provide you with assistance. So, she provides all type of resources that inform solo travelers on the safest way to approach that. But just you have to expand your horizons and realize that we're in a bubble here in the United States in large part. All of the information that we receive through the media is filtered and force fed to us. So
Mhm.
if you really want to understand what the rest of the world is like, you really have to leave this soil and go seek it out on your own.
Nice. Well, I appreciate you talking to us because this is a big issue amongst the Black community, and just people of color getting out to travel, especially now post COVID. We're starting to see people go. I don't want to just go to Mexico. It's nothing against Mexico, but I want to be able to see other things. I know last year that was some of the only options we had. And so I just wanted to talk to you to see if it was safe, let people know that it's safe, to let us know that there are people like yourself that we can talk to and get more research from. So I appreciate you for spending some time with me to chat about traveling in the post-COVID era.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you even looking into and having an interest in interviewing me about this. It's very important, in particular for Black people to really connect with the Black diaspora worldwide.
Mhm,
We see, politically in this country, just what transpired during the Trump administration in the past 4 years, that, we really are all we got. And
mhm.
so, it's critical that we link up internationally, globally, and form an economic union with people who look like us, regardless of where they live.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I appreciate this so much. And I just want to know, do you have any pictures of you in Tanzania? And do you have any pictures of you in Jamaica or anything that we can share with everybody once we take this to edit and everything? I just want to know if you have those photos.
I do have photos from Tanzania. Now, I have to preface it with the fact that I visited there in 2008, and it was the baggy clothes era still.
Was it? Was it?
So, I think you
But
know
it
what?
is. You look at the photos from 2008, you're like, wow, when was this?
Man, it's fashionably tragic when I revisit some of these photos. But nonetheless, I'd be happy to share some of those with
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I will definitely be trying to join one of these trips. I think I saw Ashanti in Jamaica this
Yeah,
year.
Shanti will be performing in the grill.
Mhm.
And so we're going to be meeting up with Mocha Fest. So every year we do Fiesta and Ecstasy in Montego Bay, and Mocha Fest. They have their parties and excursions in the grill. So we're going to go up to the grill, and Ashanti will be performing. It's going to be a great trip, and I'm really excited about it. Specifically because, as I mentioned, based on the projections, we're showing that the pandemic will be effectively coming to an end sometime between the end of April and early May, based on the numbers, the statistics that we're seeing. And
Interesting.
so, yeah, I think everybody's going to be ready to party and let loose. So I think it's going to be a great time.
I will. I will be ready to let loose and party. I'm one of those people because all I do is work from home and run around the sets and whatnot. So I can't wait. I haven't been on a vacation since before coronavirus. So I'm
Wow.
looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
work hard, play hard.
it is. It's the truth. So I appreciate this so much. And I will definitely be in touch. Do you have any questions for me?
Let me see. Yeah, where before coronavirus, where was the best place that you visited?
I haven't been anywhere. That's the whole thing. But you know what? I've traveled pretty much really domestically. So I've seen a lot of the United States. I love New Orleans. I love San
Mhm.
Francisco for traveling. I've been to New York. It's too busy for me. I don't really like it there. I don't really like the people, the energy.
Hey, you know what's
I
funny? I grew up in New York.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm sorry, but the people, the way it is, like you ask someone where's the bathroom, they're like, it's over there. Like everybody has attitude. I'm like, okay, I just want to,
Yeah, no offense taken. I grew up in New York, but I never really felt that I fit in necessarily with the New York culture in many ways.
what area of
And
New
so
York?
I'm
Which
sorry, what was that?
borough? Which borough?
Brooklyn and the Bronx. I was born in Brooklyn and lived in Brooklyn till I was 8, and then my family moved up to the Bronx after that. And I still love New York dearly, but only to visit. For the reasons that you mentioned. I think because it's such a densely populated place, people kind of lose a little bit of respect for humanity there, and
Mhm,
you can kind of turn into a cold person.
mhm.
Um, there's a lot of stress. Very fast-paced lifestyle. I like to, kind
Very
of
interesting.
more of a laid-back person. So, I've been in the South since 2000, specifically for that reason.
Mhm. Yeah, it's too much for me. I can't. I've been all over the South, all the way from California to Florida. I used to live in
Mhm.
Atlanta for a few years. I have been just everywhere. I want to go to Aspen, so that was on my list, but coronavirus. I can
Right.
go now though. Where else have I been? I've been to Mexico a few times because Mexico's just right there. I've been to the Bahamas, but that's it.
Okay.
Haven't been
Okay.
a lot of
Well,
places yet. Still got time. Still got time.
we hope you will join some of our Black Travel Club trips. We got Jamaica, we got
South Turkey.
Turkey, we got
Mhm.
Dubai on the list this
Dubai.
year.
That is a
Yes,
trip of a lifetime.
yes, yes. You go see how people with money live on the other side of the world.
Mhm.
So,
I'm sure.
definitely would love for you to join us.
Yes, yes. Well, I appreciate this so, so much. I am going to get ready for this next interview.
Okay. All right.
I'm
I'm
not
sorry
trying to
for
cut
taking
it
up so much
short,
of
but
your
I'm like, oh Lord, I'm just all over the place. But definitely stay in touch. I'm going to post this video. You're going to see it on Instagram stories probably
time. Okay.
within the next month,
All
if
right.
not within the next 2 months, which will be perfect for traveling and everything like that. Feel free to follow me. I already sent you my handle, but I can give it to you again. Uh,
Yes, yes, I will definitely follow you. I thought I
yeah.
was following you already, but I'll make sure I'll double check on that.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. I don't know if you use Black Travel Club as your alias or you use something else, but go ahead. That's fine. And then
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
I just want to stay in touch so I just know if I have any questions about traveling. I'm like, well, I know the horse, so I'm gonna ask the horse.
You got me. You got me. I'm your resource. So I'll follow you from my personal page as well, which is Vote for Meek.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Vote for Meek, Meek,
correct.
like
Yes.
Meek Meals. Okay.
I see, I'm older than Meek Mill, so he needs to start saying like the original Meek. That's what I think he should start saying. But
Oh, okay. Okay. Got it from you. I got you. I got you. Well,
right,
thank you so much, Demetrius.
thank you, and good
Bye.
luck with the rest of your interviews today.
Thank you for taking the time out to talk to me.
No problem.
Bye.
All right.